will also affect.
All right, so good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope you all had a lovely night and a lovely weekend. Welcome to BOJTV, our new program, and we are starting this very new for you right here at BOJTV. And we're still searching for a name for it, but for now, we're going to call it front page stories, morning front page stories, where we're going to look at some of the big stories that are on the front page in the morning. And so we'll be doing that for you. We're going to try to do it for you at least each morning. Good morning, Alan Bamboo. Welcome to BOJTV Live. We want to look at some of the stories that are popping in the country. It's a new month, relatively a new month. It's the 4th of March and it's 7:44 p.m. So big respect to those of you in social media land. We want to run through quickly and find out some of the stuff that are happening. One of the big stories uh, that's coming out now, the Reggae Girls clip Chile in the Montego Bay Stunner. The Gleaner is carrying that this morning. Want to take a look at that for you, right? That's a very good look, definitely for our Reggae Girls. And guys, we have to really give them some support. Just as how we did for the Reggae Boys, I think we should give the girls some support. Some support. We have some shot right there, so that's on the BOJ TV's Facebook fan page. All right, there are some pictures right there of the girls doing battle yesterday. All right, in Montego Bay. Let's see if we can bring the story that the Gleaner is saying. Okay, so for those of you who didn't know, the Reggae Girls were victorious yesterday against Chile, and this match was held in Montego Bay. And the story goes, Reggae Girls came out on the right side of an exciting 3-2 result over Chile to close out their back-to-back assignments with the South Americans with another victory. Fresh off their one-love victory on Thursday inside the National Stadium, the Jamaicans, 53rd ranked, again managed to get the better of the higher-ranked Chile Montego Bay Sports Complex. Hotshot striker Khadija Shaw helped herself to an impressive brace with goals in the 23rd and 32nd minute. Younger star Jody Brown sealing the win in the 76th minute of play. Mario Jose Rosas, 21st, and Karen Araya, 58, did the damage for the visiting Chileans. Rosas could have gotten her name on the score sheet at the second minute of play after turning her defender inside the box, but she saw her well-worked effort Nicole McClure's left upright. Shaw too almost scored before she actually did when her shot was cleared off the line after she outmuscled her marker, cut inside the box and placed her shot beyond a desperate dive from Chile goalkeeper Natalie Campos in the 9th minute. However, fans did not have to wait much longer for the opening goal, even if it came from the wrong team as far as most inside the venue would have been concerned. When Rojas got on the end of a low cross from Rosario Balsida on the left flank to top in the net from close range with 21 minutes played. 2 minutes later, showed why she is seen as one of the most exciting players in of her marker before cutting inside and calmly slotting her shot into the back of the net to equalize. She returned to put the Jamaicans in front in the 32nd minute, while the Jamaicans in front control at this point. However, like they did on Thursday at the National Stadium, Chile started the second half in the ascendancy, threatening the host in the 55th minute when McClure was forced to make a brilliant save to deny Yensinia Lopez, who met across powerfully at the back post. They were, however, rewarded for their efforts when midfielder Area's stunner was only surprised McClure, who would have needed a ladder to make a All right, so I'm sorry about that break in the transition right here. So let's pick up because we're almost at the final part. All right, so the Jamaicans were forced to roll up their sleeves as the Chileans, who were also heading to the FIFA Women's World Cup this summer, set up camp in Jamaica, the Jamaican half. They were, however, unable to penetrate the host backline with Captain Conia Plummer and Cachette Lou holding the fort. Brown's introduction in the 71st minute brought loud cheers from the Jamaican fans, and the 16-year-old Saint and native took little time to repay the support. Arriving at the back spot to tap in and finish off a brilliant play from Denisha Blackwood, securing an exciting win for the Reggae girls, who will continue their preparation for this summer spectacle. All right, so that's the story right there. That's one of the front page stories that we have for you this morning. The Reggae girls clipped Chile in Montego Bay Stunner, and was uh, that was a friendly match held in Montego Bay. So congratulations to the Reggae girls, and we have to give them as much support that we can. All right, so we're sieving through and we're finding out what's breaking. I think on Nationwide, Dennis Brooks, they are talking to. Let's get a little bit of what Dennis Brooks is saying right there.
That they want somebody to fight for them. As guild president in Bahamas, I block road for security for students. As guild president at Urimona, I march for school fees to go down. As president at the PMPYO, I fought and fought and fought against.
All right, so it seems as if Nationwide is carrying clips of Damion Crawford's speech in Portland last night, where he was presented as a PNP candidate. So let's take some of that.
Of her class and her color, they say she's better than.
On the issue of race, Mr. Crawford said no black man is a true JLP supporter, but instead is a confused comrade.
But this is not about what's happening, because I find that I love you because there are three different types of love. The first love is reciprocal love. If you love me, then I love you. It's like when your girlfriend stops loving you, you stop loving her. If you stop loving her, you go and stop, and then that is a problem. So therefore, that reciprocal love, what I'm feeling when I go up on the road all yesterday, the second love is the responsibility love. Now, I come here and find out that Crawford is a maroon name, and I see some maroon look just like me, and I'm saying the name Crawford too. So therefore, I said, if I find a way to escape the poverty that I was born in, it is my responsibility to tell my friends I will look like me out west. But if I take a work as a member of parliament, it is my responsibility to do the work as the member of parliament. So that love is out of responsibility. You have your youth, you have to love it. And you have some of your youth now I run behind them, and I know you're vexed about it, but you still have to love it because it's your youth. And some of them don't understand the history of why you're still a supporter of the People's National Party. And the third love is in spite of love. Them call that God's love, or agape. And that is no matter what them say about me, and no matter what them do about me, all people are my people. There is no black man that is truly a laborite. He's a confused people. Against Mrs. Vaz. It's not a fight against Darrell Vaz. It's not a fight against the Jamaica Labour Party. It's not even a fight just for the seat. It's a fight for the future.
Well, listeners, still on the issue of race, Mr. Crawford said no, as you heard there. According to him, he's a proven performer and has much further to go politically, unlike his opponent.
I ran for a seat before, and I have some books that I'll be giving out on these walks called Proof of.
All right, so
mathematics to all you 8 hours Saturday and Sunday. But I look into this thing and I said to myself, yo, why is it that it don't work? Because
all right, so
himself asked me from home him in a parliament for 3 terms, and me only in in a parliament for one term. And the answer is that because something is wrong with the system. But I understood that I wasn't to be upset about it because there's a book in the Bible that tells you about Jonah. And PNP. But they tell us that come on Portland, East Portland, I say, well, maybe that is where Jonah will intend for him to go. And so when they must say he's so gone, it is a lie. Because the way the Prime Minister therefore there's no time for the East. When I don't know. But if you look at potential, the furthest this lady will go is Mrs. Vaz. Miss Vaz. If you look at potential, how far can I go and how far will you come with me?
Well, Mr. Crawford also rubbished Mrs. Vaz's campaign tagline, Action Ann, saying she's acting Ann.
This lady said that she's action and yet she don't have a plan or action without plan is failure. But I asked on Wednesday, the Workers for the People's National Party, I said, how come a lady with 3 helpers, a walker take up clothes off a line and then she action and she's acting and so it is no worry and no surprise that big money popping everywhere them go because the scammer them.
Mr. Crawford is urging Portlanders to fight the history of class and color that exists in Jamaica.
Yes, sir. That the only am a farmer. I am also an informer because any criminal thing them can come mash up Portland. It is not going to work. And I'm ready to do people. So I said, we have to fight that history that make that a simple man can't feel that he's simply a man. We have to fight that history. And we don't have to bleach to reach. Hold on. This is to correct the system. I'm going to explain to you the system. The system is a set of variables that work together to make sure that if the grandmother poor, the granddaughter almost automatically poor. And if the grandfather rich, the grandson almost automatically rich. That is why you have this man, wife, as a parliamentarian. Like this is a cartoon. You have grandfather shop, you have father shop, you have mother shop, you see.
Well, Mr. Crawford also explained why it took him some time to decide to contest the East Portland by-election.
The first time I was interviewed in East Portland about East Portland seat, Comrade Bloomfield was alive. And they asked me if I was coming in. I told them we didn't need me to win East Portland. Because Comrade Andrea more of excellent talent. Comrade Bloomfield is loved by the people. And I had a bigger duty to do. So when the Prime Minister said that I hesitated, it is true. I hesitated because I wanted to go and beat him in his seat so that he's not only so therefore, it's lucky. But when fire, they are must stay.
Voice of Damion Crawford on the campaign trail. Did somebody come out and say he needed to trim?
Maybe they told him personally. I haven't heard that.
I mean, I would imagine that now that he has played the class and color card, then people will pass or because of your color or how was that color issue played to him? And if you make it about history and color and class, I mean, why not make it about the issues locally on the ground? I don't know, but I mean, if you make it about that, you better win.
You better know.
All right, so one of the big stories this morning, Damion Crawford's speech over in East Portland last night taking the airwaves by storm. And for those of you who are just joining us, let's remind you that the Reggae Girls clipped CHILE in a manner yesterday evening. It was a friendly, albeit it was a friendly. So the Jamaican girls, they came out on the right side of an exciting 3-2 result over Chile to close out their back-to-back assignments with the South Americans with another victory. So those two stories are two of the main stories trending this morning. Let's find out what else is popping for you. All right. Also, the Gleaner is carrying this morning. Well, we already gave you the story of the reggae girls. Let's see what else. The Gleaner is saying the JDF not ready for Rasta soldiers. This is interesting. The Jamaica Defense Force not ready for Rasta soldiers, but local community hails rise in numbers amongst British ranks. Oh, this is an interesting story. Foreign religion among British soldiers as a victory for the faith, even as the Jamaica Defense Force has not yet warmed up to the idea of enlisting dreadlocks soldiers. On the weekend, the article in a United Kingdom newspaper noted that there are currently 210 Rastas in Her Majesty's Armed Force, a 40% increase since 2016 when they reached 150. Right, so that's another you can check out. So where we look at the front page stories. So that's another story guide that you can follow throughout the course of the day. And we're in studio, and Miss Charmaine is here. And you can go ahead and do what you're doing with Charmaine. You're not obstructing us here. We're doing this live, and the viewers understand that we're coming to you from the offices, and Miss Charmaine is here getting things ready before the work can start descending upon us. All right. So talk to us. Those of you at Damion Crawford in East Portland, we carried that live for you right here, and we had an analysis. We got a surprise last night. Beenie Man, Grammy awarding and self-acclaimed king of the dancehall, Beenie Man, he made a surprise appearance there, and he endorsed Damion Crawford as a PNP candidate, and he declared himself for as a PNP. And we're going to try and see if we can find back a little clip of that. Some persons saying that it was stale news. Some persons were hearing for the first time. And of course, BOJTV had that. Beenie Man declares himself a PNP. And that was done in East Portland last night. And there he is right there. All right, so there you go. That was last night. So Beenie Man coming out and declaring himself a supporter of the People's National Party. We have seen that we have seen a trend in recent times, though. At a recent JLP meeting, also Wayne Marshall, a good entertainer as well. He also came out on stage on the platform for the Jamaica Labour Party, and it's popular hit song to the amusement of the Prime Minister. So more and more entertainers open their party of choice. This is another clip here from Beenie Man at the conference yesterday. Let's cue it up for you. Let's cue that up for you. All right, so there you go. That was last night. That was last night. So that is one of the things buzzing on social media this morning. We're looking at the front page stories to find out what's
on Saturdays. That was a message from the Electoral Office of Jamaica, committed to free and fair elections.
Hi, hold on, Sharon. What?
All right. Browsing through the morning stories. This morning, for you, we call it, we're looking at the front page stories. Let's see what else popping here on the Gleaner. All right. All right, and let's look at this story. We played clips of you for you, courtesy of the Nationwide News Network, and this is a story that the Gleaner is carrying. Crawford making the rounds this morning. Ready to fight. Crawford tells supporters he is fighting a classist war. Could make it to Jamaica House. So Damion Crawford making a bold move in his speech last night, saying clear in front of everybody, all the PNP bigwigs, that he is interested in becoming Prime Minister of Jamaica. All right, so let's look at this story. Damion Crawford, the People's National Party prospective candidate for the March 25th East Portland by-election, has declared that he is fighting a class war with Jamaica Labour Party standard bearer Anne-Marie Vaz. Will prove he does not have to win. I'm wondering who said that to Damion. We're still trying to find out if that was said publicly on the platform, that he would have to trim his hair to win. But he is refuting that in his speech last night. Crawford told comrades that the by-election was a fight against the system and history. East Portland people say they want tourism. I have a bachelor's degree in tourism. I have a master's in tourism. I lecture in tourism, and yet still, because of her class and her color, some people say that this lady is more qualified than me. Crawford said at a rally last night in Port Antonio, Portland, as he went on the offensive against those who he said have questioned his competence to represent the constituency. Crawford, a PNP vice president, made it clear to comrades in a fiery 30-minute speech that he was in it for the long haul, although he admitted that he hesitated in taking up the challenge. And we're quoting from Crawford now. So when them a say, me soon gone, it's a lie, because the West already have a prime minister, and it's no time for the East. So in no uncertain terms right here, Damion has declared, what everybody has been speculating. He is interested in the top job, and he wants to succeed Peter Phillips as party leader and to become Prime Minister of Jamaica. And we're going to have a big discussion around that. All right. Let's continue quoting from Damion. Let's read back this first. So when they must say me soon gone, it's a lie, because the West already have a prime minister and it's no time for the East. If you look at potential, the furthest this lady will go is Mrs. Vaz. If you look at potential, how far I can go and how far you will come with me, Crawford questioned, also declaring that if this lady beat me, it will be a travesty. Crawford told supporters that he is the aspirant with the plan that could elevate the constituency. Among those who he listed, was a special project to boost tourism in Portland. I am going to link up people that I have big festivals in Europe, like Reggae Some Ska in France, and say he wants to keep a real Reggae Sun Ska in the real home of reggae right here, the MP aspirant said. He also told comrades that he wanted to promote education for youth and to offer a scholarship to the first child of every household who got accepted into university. He expressed confidence that his plans were feasible insisting that his challenger could not outperform him. This lady said that she's action and yet don't have a plan. Action without a plan is failure. How comes a lady with 3 helper a walk and a take clothes off a line and say she action and she's acting and therefore it is no surprise that big money popping everywhere. Them go because the scammer them there, Crawford said. Allegations of impropriety. Meanwhile, a senior member of the People's National Party has warned voters of East Portland that monies allegedly stolen from several state agencies will be used to influence the by-election. The warning has come from Central Manchester Member of Parliament Peter Bunting, who urged comers not to be tricked by the spending spree. We want to look out for the big trousers man. Those who ate the US $1,000 topsy-turvy cake going to come here and offer East Portlanders the crumbs from the cake Bunting charged. The Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, is Bunting mentioned as it took on the JLP over election spending. Many people not frightened for money, but even money, them thief from Petrodram money, where them thief from Nestle 80 million in one-man vehicle, money where them thief from USU and offer you the crumbs to vote for them, the opposition spokesman continued. Both Vaz and Crawford are expected to be formally nominated as candidates for their respective parties on Friday. In the meantime, Andrea Moore, the woman who was overlooked by the PNP to run on the party's ticket, is making it clear that she will be reporting for duty to help the party retain the seat. Moore, a 2-time aspirant for the seat, was sidestepped by the People's National Party for reasons undisclosed. But making her first public speech since the PNP revealed that she would not be the party's candidate, Moore said that Jamaica All right, so we had a little freeze right there. So let's just finish off the story because we're almost done. The election is the most important in the last 10 years. Moore, who wore a head wrap, told the comrades last night, adding that voters should not allow the vases to take root in East Portland. Can you imagine the audacity that one man is trying to run 2 seats in the parish of Portland, she questioned, referring to Vaz's husband, Darrell, MP of West Portland. Moore told comrades that the legacy of former MP Linval Bloomfield, whose death resulted in the by-election, must be protected. Bloomfield was killed at his home in the parish last month. One man has been charged for the killing. All right, so that's another story popping on social media. Ready to fight, Crawford tells supporters he is fighting a classist war. Could make it to Jamaica House. All right, so that's another story right there that you can follow on social media right now. All right, so let's see what else is happening. Let's see what Dennis Brooks and Naomi, they still seem to be on a break.
They will do what? What is it that they can contribute to the process?
We are reaching out to them to tell them about the portal in the first instance and sensitize them about the use of the portal and the type of information that will be available.
Okay.
So the reach out program, we are in the early stages of the reaching out program, and we are thankful to customs for allowing us to be part of their program.
What I genuinely hope, Dr. Alfred, is that once launched in May, that by later in the year, by the summer, by the fourth quarter of the year, you're able to look at the numbers, that the traffic on the portal to say this is healthy traffic. The people are actually utilizing the portal well, that when you look at the numbers and when you look at the engagement, it becomes a space that is very useful, almost like a social media platform for traders. that they will effectively use it to empower themselves and make themselves more effective and more efficient.
Right. And that's what we are working with the books, and the analysis, the analytics will be looked at, and we'll come up with our assessment as to how well the portal is doing, what changes need to take place. But that's more specifically the responsibility of the Trade Board Limited of Jamaica, which is the responsible agency for the portal within MICA, and because this all flows as part of Government of Jamaica, World Bank, IFC program in terms of establishing the portal.
Definitely.
So these are the agencies involved.
Certainly. The Jamaica Trade Information Portal Project, an important project, an important portal it will be come later this year. It will, I hope, be a catalyst to efficiency in international trade. My guest in this program has been Dr. Peter Daniel Alfred, Information Portal Project. My name is Dennis Brooks. This has been Inside Customs for another week.
That was Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
8:20.
Gleaner, let's see another story that the Gleaner is carrying. Family says goodbye to inseparable friends drowned. NCU students were full of promise, says President. I don't know how many of you remember that drowning over in Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth, where the students of the Northern Caribbean University met their fate. Let's look at that quickly. So, friends and relatives yesterday paid their last final respects to Karanja Gale and Joseph Anderson, the two Northern Caribbean University students who drowned while swimming on New Year's Day. The two best friends, both 26 years old, were swimming at Frenchman's Bay in Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth, when they experienced difficulties about 3:20 p.m. and were swept away. Anderson's body was retrieved the following day to delay searching for Gale's body.
Veronica Mulgrave Simpson and Stephen Wedderburn Sr., happy birthday to you. Noel Facey, aka Babsy, is 83 years old today. Happy birthday coming from your best. Happy, is it the same one? No. Okay, to Missionary McCook in Morgay Restorative Center Hospital. Yeah, his name is Missionary.
All right, so we are back. The internet keeps giving us a little trouble here. Flo, you're gonna have to fix that up. All right, so we're scrolling through the Gleaner pages. Again, the Gleaner is also carrying the Crawford story. PNP introduces Crawford to East Portland. So the Gleaner is also carrying that news. Ex-convicts shows off their warehouse at Expo. Let's go back to the story that we were carrying for you about the family say goodbye to inseparable friends drowned. NCU student full of promise, says President. And before the internet feed went down, we were indicating to you that the story, the two best friends, both 26 years old, were swimming at Frenchman Bay in Treasure Beach when they experienced difficulties about 3:20 p.m. and were swept away. Anderson's body was retrieved the following day, but the challenging sea conditions forced divers to delay searching for Gale's body, the operation. All right, so not a lot trending in the news right now. I guess over the course of the day. more stories will become available. Of course, we await to see the JLP's response to some of the things that Damion Crawford said last night. He played the class race, painting the picture of the vases being from the higher society and himself from humble beginnings. So we anticipate that response. We're gonna try to get the Vazes or Mrs. Vaz to come, or at least somebody from the Jamaica Labour Party to talk to us a little later. And we'll also see if we can get some persons from the People's National Party to talk to us right here online. All right, so let's just see what else is popping on social media at this point.
Over the past 2 years, mine sure is.
Never stand up for a bone.
Right, so for those of you who are just joining us, the Reggae Girls were successful yesterday in their match against Chile. All right, so more videos, I mean, still to be an issue. Community members constantly, wrestlers, and this is one of the videos.
Joke thing in the front of it. Joke thing. Yeah, you can't harass the man like that. I see a word. Watch out. Where are this for? Where are this for? Where are do that for? Where do that for? Watch out. Where are people spray man for the
All right, so that's one of a video that's circulating on social media. I don't think it's a new video, but that's one of the issues that the society continues to grapple with: the police force versus civilians, and how you try to restrain them and bring order. Constant debate that is going on, and that is one of the issues that we have to deal with at our society. So that video is in circulation. It doesn't seem to be a new incident. I think I've seen that before, but it seems as if somebody reposted that video, and it's making the rounds. Let's see if we can look at I want to see the cartoons. We haven't seen what the cartoons have this morning. The cartoons in Jamaica. can be very entertaining. You know, Clovis is known for putting out some exciting cartoons. Let's see this one that was put out this morning. All right, so this is this cartoon was put out. So we have there Damien and Anne-Marie doing a hand wrestle. The title is Portland by-election clash, and that's Daryl over there to the left. I'm in your corner, honey, and watching both Damien and Anne-Marie sweating, and Nancy over there saying, I'm in my corner, my tricks. I'm in your corner, my trickster friend. Oh, I'm just seeing what this is saying. So Daryl Vaz is in one corner supporting his wife, Mrs. Vaz, and Nancy is in one corner saying, I'm in your corner, my trickster friend. David is going to have to deal with that issue. All right, so this is where we're going to leave it this morning as it relates to what's trending on the front pages across Jamaica. We'll talk to you a little later. And we have some interesting stuff that we will post throughout the day. We covered a number of events, and we will have those out for you.